Welcome everybody, welcome back to Betway Weighted to Win. Hope you've all had a good weekend so far and enjoyed the running of the daily news and all that sort of stuff on Saturday. This afternoon, the second race is the start of the Jackpot, and we are on the winter course, so make a note of that. We're on the new track at Kenilworth. That is the winter course, and the course that's closest to the grandstand with a shorter running. In the second, number one has been taken out quite early. We're doing this Friday morning, so please make a note of that. But Paddy Cryer does seem to have a strong fella here. The US of A. He's had several runs, but that last start was a solid performance. I mean, that winner from there was called 8 on 18, already came out and won. Not too many runners, in fact. So, Daryl, looks like Paddy might get into the winner's enclosure here.
Morning, Clyde. How are you
Morning,
doing?
and you, Daryl?
Good, thank you.
All good.
Yes, Clyde, it looks like a great opportunity for the son of the United States to get it right. You know, he has been his own worst enemy in that he's been pulling terribly with the blinkers. But last time out, when they removed him, he was much more restrainable and relaxed in running. But it's all about getting the timing right with him, because he does have a burst of speed, and then he starts looking around and stuff. So Richard will hold him up for as long as possible. I think with that experience on his side, we should be able to see him get it right this time around. So he goes into this race, a strong selection of the race runners. There is quite a expensive purchase in number 7, Boundless Energy. Now, I had a look at his breeding. His dam won the Milkwood of a listed event, won a few races between 1,000 and 1,400. But the front of the book does have a comment from Miss Bass Robinson. She says he's a nice type, but he may just need this. So not too much confidence out of the stable. So I think 14 to 10 is quite generous, and I believe he'll start odds on, and I think he'll win.
Okay, well, there you go. There's the Jackpot. Thank you, Ricky. From Daryl, banker 3 in this race, banker 1 in the next race, horses to come in the rest of your Jackpot. This is a Class 4 fillies and mares that we look at now. It's run over 1,600 metres. And those of you watching closely enough on the Jackpot, you would have noticed that Daryl banked number 1, Glee Club. The market, however, has got another horse's favourite, number 7, Ice Rain, 15 to 10. And the form line hasn't been too bad either. Does obviously bring Enchanting Choice into the race based on that last start. And that Glee Club, number 1, is the second choice at 5 to 2. Let's talk about Glee Club. We've got a rerun for you, which we'll show you in a minute. Let's talk about why you like Glee Club as a banker in the Jackpot.
I like the fact that she's stepping back up to a mile, Clyde. I think she is crying out for the extra. You know, she has tried it in the past, but maybe she was a little bit weak at that stage of her career.
Yeah.
But her last start, excuse me, Clyde, she had excuses. Her saddle slipped back, and it wasn't a bad effort whatsoever. Richard reunites with her. He has ridden her to victory in the past. And I think this race could be set up perfectly for her, Clyde. In my opinion, Craig is going to change tactics again, because in Enchanting Choice in her penultimate start, she went to the front, and she was very effective from the front, whereas last time out she didn't quite get there. So I think Glee Club is just going to track her, because she does have the draw to boot, so she isn't going to be able to, she isn't going to have to work to get into the perfect position. So I think, like I say, I believe this race is going to be run to suit her. So I'm going into this race quite confident. I think number 1 is the one to beat. Respect for numbers 3 and 7.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's take a look, Daryl, at that run. Glee Club last time out. We'll pick it up for you now. You guys can have a look. And there it is in that circle. Races in Mary Slack's colours, the black body and the red cap. And I noticed in this particular race, Daryl, when watching it, that she seemed to be one-paced. Do you notice that?
Yes, and that's the reason why I think she's looking for the further, Clyde.
Yeah, you'll see there, she's not making up a lot of ground in between runners. You mentioned that the saddle slipped back, so take a look where the saddle cloth is on the horse at the moment. It's right up at the back of its back end, as you know, and well, only beaten a length. But there wasn't that acceleration, so perhaps the 1,600 metres is going to make all of the difference. So we've heard from Daryl. Time now to have a look at the selections and see what the latest is with regards to the place accumulator. Banker the 1 here, banker the 4 later on, and that's a 336 Rand per. So it's a maiden plate, 1400 meters. Just remember that we're on the new course, a shorter run in. So make a note of that. 13 of them that will go to the gate. Market in this race has got number 12, Sound of the Sea, 3-1. 6 Song to the Moon, 9-2. And 7 Mr. Belvedere is priced up 9-2. It's 11-2 and better about the others. Do you like Sound of the Sea? Let me ask you this. Do you like
No.
the Sound of the Sea?
I love the sound of the sea.
So do I.
Yeah, I'll give him a winning chance, but I'll win quite a few in the POV. Yeah, I think it's a very tricky race. Number 11, Lucinda's got a yard in great form, and he has the beating of Prince of Tibet, who has the beating of the Fiovia, but he's got a tricky draw to contend with. He hopefully gets to the front without having to use up too much energy. I can see him featuring. Clyde Song to the Moon improved as a gelding over a distance short of his best. Now he's stepping up in trip. He should be thereabouts. Mr. Belvedere was another one who improved after a gelding. And Vaughan Marshall's yards in cracking form. Monkey Puzzle on form is not too far behind Mr. Belvedere. Have a look at number 10 over here. There's no jockey declared. And Louis Mkotwa is riding on the day, but no rides for Brett Crawford. So I don't know if he's been put in the naughty corner or what's the case, Clyde. But yeah, that's interesting. I see Mr. Crawford has flown up Cabello Mazzanioni for all their runners. So let's see how that pans out. But nevertheless, Clyde, I think it's a very tricky race. One horse I am going to be keeping an eye on is number 13, Land of the Rising Sun. He had excuses on debut. I know he's got the worst of draws to contend with, and I'm sure they're going to drop him out. But if he runs on smartly, he could be one to follow in his next start. But he could be...
Form line's dead, eh?
Form line's dead.
Dead, but it was 1,000 meters, so maybe.
Yeah. Let's just watch.
Much better.
I'm really keen to see how he goes, Clyde. Number 13, Land of the Rising Sun.
Okay, pick 6. I think this is Darren Burrows' pick 6, is it? No. Daryl Marie. You got to get the... Now, Darren tipped to 77,000 rand
I'm under pressure now.
Now you're under pressure. You're now under big pressure to collect 77 grand, yeah? This was Daryl Marie's pick 6. Who's your banker later on? Number 4. Pakaya is the banker, and it's 1176 in total, the pick 6 cost. This is now the Cape B Stakes. It's over 1,400 meters. We're doing the show Friday morning. We noted that number 13 is out. It's not running, so scratch number 5. From a Betway market perspective, 7 Solomon Seal, 7-2 favourite. Number 1 Imarore is 4-1 second favourite. And number 3, Tyrion Lannister, is at 9-2. But not an easy race. Daryl will tell you, I'm sure. It's quite a tough one. Over the 14, new course, shorter straight. Could get a result.
Certainly could, and I'll be praying for that result being number 9, Scalini. Now, Clyde, he's had his 2 runs since returning from a layoff.
Right.
And strictly on paper, one's going to say, yeah, that was a fair effort in last time out, beaten 5 lengths by Coastal Commander. But what you have to take note of is that was a progress plate, and he was badly out at the weights. He had horses rated 110, 111 in that race, and he's a 94. So he ran above his rating, and he's having his peak run now. He's back in a handicap. I think he looks ready to run a blind over here. So there's no doubt that number 9, Scalini, is the value in the race at around 14-1.
Yeah, that's the price.
Then you got the likes of Inamorare, number 1. I think he's better over 1,400. He had excuses last time out. Wouldn't be surprised to see him reverse the form with the horses that finished ahead of him last time. Marvel William, the stable companion to Scalini, he turned it on beautifully last time without the blinkers, Clyde. Without the blinkers. Now they stay off, and I think he's actually better around the bend. So I'm in the Vaughan Marshall camp over here. 9 from 2.
One of those, yeah. And he's having a run, Vaughan. He's having a very good run.
Yeah.
He's been in very good form, so... Okay, well, Darren Burrows worked out a jackpot. We've heard what Daryl likes. Darren's saying, in his opinion, that he wants to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 13, by 1 and 4 by field, by banker 4 at the back. And this jackpot is 132 rand per. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. This is race number 6 on the card now that we're having a look at. It's a Class 5 and it's over 1,800 meters. I do know that Darren Burrows likes his horse to the moon and back. And I would imagine he likes it on the basis that, when you look at this horse's rating, it was up to 81 or something, is now 62. That must have some sort of claim in a race like this. We've got a rerun set up for you, and we'll take a look at exactly what the situation is. The favourite, his favourite is 15-10 to the moon and back. So I'd imagine, Daryl, that there's already been support for this horse. Is that how it opened?
Yeah, I think it's, what does Cecil like to call them? The Baronauts.
Oh, that got on.
Yeah, because I think this has been tipped to the fan club
already
quite early. So,
okay.
Yeah, I like his chances, Clyde. Richard sticks with him. He rode him last time out. I thought the winner on that occasion got first run on him, but he was staying on. Have a look at his rating. He's really come down in the ratings, and he's having his third run for his new yard. So he has improved recently. I've just maybe he's better on the summer track. I don't know. What do you think? With the longer running.
No, it's maybe.
Excuse
Could
me,
be
Clyde.
a case, but it's got to have some sort of
Yeah,
claim.
he's got a chance. If you like his chances and you're playing trifectas and quartets, please include Big Popper, number 9. He's 2 kilograms better off for a 2-length beating, so he shouldn't be too far behind. African Torrent. Nah, he's another one that's plummeted in the ratings, and he takes a drop in class, Clyde. Some returned to form last time out. I think, personally, I'm favouring the 4 over the 1. But let's have a look at the replay now, because this is Darren Burrows' selection, number 1, to the moon and back.
Okay. So to the moon and back's last start. Here's a look at what happened, and will be identified for you. There you go in the all blue, coming to the outside of the horses and trying now to make some sort of progress. What do you make of it?
Yeah, you can see he's doing his best, Clyde. I thought Richard's got his whip in his left hand over here. Wasn't making much progress. It looked like it's going to be Ding Dong Tussle for second, but the minute Richard changes his whip over here, he finds a second gear. So let's hope he doesn't get flat-footed on the summer track. Sorry, on the winter track. But yes, he's having his peak run, so should go close to winning.
Okay. Well, he's a bit of a plodder. I mean, we saw that.
Yeah.
No question about it. But he may well be in the right company. His ratings come down, and Darren likes him very much. Let's have a look at the selections. Darren saying straight up win to the moon and back. Time now for the Storms Flay Stakes. It's over 1,800 meters. Friday morning, all 11 runners going to the gate. Early market, 7-2 the field. Open race, quite a few that have got chances. I want to ask Daryl about a horse called Red Palace. Tell me about Red Palace, because I know how highly they rate this horse.
Yeah,
and what happened that last start?
Have a look. She is the best weighted. I know she's only a half a kilogram best in ahead of her stable companion, Gold Poker Game. But they, in turn, are, 4 kilograms clear of the third best in. So 6 and 7 are extremely well weighted over here. Clyde, in saying that, Red Palace is the value in the race at around 10-1.
Okay,
but
good.
Will she get to the front and be allowed to make use of her stride and run a similar, like she's most effective from the front, isn't she?
Yes.
So now she's having her third run after a layoff. Anthony knows her extremely well. Let's hope she goes forward, and let's hope we see her return to form over here.
If she goes forward, she'll win.
If she goes forward, she can win, certainly.
Yeah.
She's weighted to win.
Yeah, she's 10-1.
Yeah, so I respect her chances.
Rainbow, what about Rainbow Lorically?
Cracking run last time out. Now, the 3-year-olds are certainly improving. She falls in the same category as number 1, Princess Izzy, and a few others. So, Time for Love. You have to like her chances. She stayed on really well last time out. Another one that's in with a chance is Gold Poker Game. It's a much smaller race this time around. Less runners in the field. She likes to be given a chance. She won't have too much ground to make up, Clyde. And strictly on ratings, she is going to be Red Palace's biggest danger. So Yeah, very tricky race, Clyde. Chances to several over here. Numbers 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 11.
So you've got quite a few. Well, Canada's best has held the key. Of that there's no doubt. We've got a pick 3 worked out. That's on screen for you to make notes of. Right, that's the Pocket Power Stakes. The great Pocket Power, how brilliant he was as a racehorse. Mark Shirtliff, Arthur Webb, all those guys had so much fun with Pocket Power. Okay, so in this particular lineup, what's the plan? Justin Snaith has got Pakaya. He's also got Rapidash, so he's got the two that dominate. I just want to check if Betway have got that market in that order. They've got Pakaya favourite at, what price is it? 15 to 10, 22 to 10 Rapidash. So those are the two, and they should dominate again, like they did the last time.
Absolutely, Clyde. Best weighted column, best in is Pakaya. Now, Richard gets a great tune out of him. We saw it last time out. There was a strong front runner in the race, Rascallion. When he gets to the front, we know what he's capable of doing. And Richard rode a very tactical race. He decided to challenge him around the bend already, Clyde.
Right.
Unfortunately, the replay won't go as far back as that. But he made a move at the top of the straight.
Why would he do that? Why?
Because otherwise, Rascallion was just going to get it his own way up front.
Okay.
And he just kept on giving it to him. He's having his peak run, his best weighted. I think his biggest danger is the stable companion Rapidash, who will monitor in the replay too. But there's no reason why he should be able to reverse the form. They meet each other at the same weight terms, and I think they should fight it out with preference to Pakaya, who is having his peak run, whereas Rapidash is having his second run off the rest. So 4 from 8, and then Voor Lopiki, number 7. Is he on the upgrade? But he's badly out at the weights. I don't think he can challenge for top honours, but a certain trifecta inclusions. So let's have a look at the replay, Clyde.
Okay. We'll pull the replay up. I mean, this time last year, Pakaya was in KwaZulu-Natal, remember? Having a go for the July and all that. But there's Pakaya in the centre, under a driving ride already, Daryl, in the closing stages. But he does seem to be very game and stays on very well in the close. A lovely horse.
Yeah, Clyde.
Lovely mover.
You know,
there on the left, who's on the left there? Isn't that Rapidash coming in the
Rapidash
green?
with the green cap on
Green
the
cap
outside.
closest to your camera. He seems to be lugging towards them a little bit.
Yeah,
but Pakaya is a
do you
beautiful
think he was
horse.
making any inroads towards the latter stages?
I think the fact that he was hanging like that caused issues for. You can't afford to have him hanging.
Are you giving us a green light with Pakaya?
Well, based on what I see, no issues with the winter track, huh?
What I want to say, Clyde, is, Richard got off him last time out, and he says he doesn't think he stays over further, or he doesn't, can't recall his exact words, but he says this is his best trip, and he doesn't want to go further. But now he is going further, so yeah. Clyde,
Well, he won the Gravel
Pakaya's camp
1900,
over
this horse.
here. We're in Pakaya's camp in a big way.
Okay, so we're into Pakaya, guys. Thank you. That's our plan for this Sunday afternoon. It's everybody's banker anyway, and as is in the case with Darren Burrows. Okay, we're now on to the last race. The ninth race anyway, I beg your pardon. Last of the PA and Pick Sixes. Hope you're all still running and all's going well for you. The 12 horse has been taken out. This was Friday morning. Friday morning's market had number 4, Fly Futura, top of the boards at 5 to 2. Number 11, All About Ronnie. That form line's worked out quite well. Daryl is 9 to 2 second favourite. And 5 Olympic, Double Olympic is the 11 to 2 third favourite. Not a bad form line second choice. Market-wise, what do you like?
What do you mean not a bad form line? Curacao and Baton Rouge came out to win.
Yes.
But then you like to look at the other runners. So the second horse ran in place. The fourth, the fifth.
Yeah, but I'm glad to see that the form line's alive. You'd rather that than 2 green ticks than 10 black crosses.
Yeah, Clyde. Richard sticks with All About Ronnie. What a great ride last time out. He produced them when you could see the whites of the judges' eyes.
Yes, you got those sayings, eh? Sure,
Yeah,
you've been studying.
I think he's got no option but to drop him out once again, and I can see him running on strongly. But the horse I'm leaning towards over here, Clyde, is number 5, Double Olympic. Now, have a look. He won on debut, and then Brett Crawford put him straight into a mile, okay? And maybe he just wasn't ready for it at that stage of his career. Now he's having his third run after a rest and gelding, okay? His rating's come down from a 92 to an 80, and he's finally been put over a mile again. And on breeding, I think this is what he's looking for. He's by twice over out of a dynasty mare. So I think now that he's been stepped back out over a distance, we can see the best of him. So 5 is my topic. Then I've got respect for obviously All About Ronnie and Fly Futura. But a horse who represents a lot of value is Notion, number 8. He returned after a layoff and he ran alongside All About Ronnie. And he found a lot of interference on that occasion. Then last time out, I think Aussie tried to get him close to the pace from a neat draw, and that played against him. He's better ridden cold, this horse. So I think he represents a lot of value. Number 8, Notion.
There's 14 to 1, Notion.
Yeah. So I'm going 5 from 8, and then healthy respect for the 2 favorites, numbers 4 and 11.
Well, those exactas that you put up will pay well based on the prices that you've been working with at the moment. So the exacta box recommended here, the 9th race, 4, 5, 8 and 11, those are the 4 runners, and it'll cost you 12 Rand if you take it like that. Thank you very much for watching Betway's Weighted to Win, everybody. Hope you had a beautiful weekend. Look forward to catching up with you very soon.